But yeah, I don't with militant atheism. I think it's annoying. And it's perhaps like one of the most annoying aspects of religious people that like try to proselytize is like how right they are, because they feel like they're just right and they want to do this thing, like they want to save you. Off topic, I'm sorry. Hey man, I'm a newer fan, watching you for a year now. I live in a very conservative third world nation, borderline extremism among most people. As a Muslim, you get my progressive feelings a voice, so thanks, man. I have a question for you, man. How do I reconcile my progressive values with my religious beliefs? So what's your suggestion for someone like me? I mean, your religious beliefs are always going to be up to interpretation. If it gives you comfort, the religious practices, if they give you comfort, then by all means, continue, right? It's great. If it gives you a sense of purpose, if it's if it's important for you, then as long as it doesn't interfere with other people's civil liberties, I don't have any issue with people's religious perspectives. It's the conservatism, I think, and the bastardization of religion that is frustrating. So just do your own thing, because ultimately, all religion is still like a code of ethics, right? At the end of the day, all religion is just like a rule book of like what you're supposed to do. There's some stuff in there that I find to be strange, some rules that I don't fully understand or abide by. But I'm the worst possible person to ask about said rules, because like I said, I'm not exactly a practicing Muslim myself. Having said that, the way I contend with that is like, even if God was real and one of the Abrahamic religions or any number of different religions was the correct one, let's say, right? As long as you're a good person, and if there is a heaven, as long as you're a good person, I don't think God is going to be like, Allah is going to be like, oh, I don't know, man, you drank some alcohol. Sorry, you're not going to see Jannah, or you're not going to see heaven. You tried your very best your whole life, but you also didn't pray 5 times a day. Or you tried your very best your whole life, but you never actually, let's say Catholicism, you never actually confessed your sins. Okay, I guess I'm cooked then, That is the way I see it. The way I see it is an all-knowing, all-loving, omnipotent, omnipresent God at the end of the day is going to look at all the things you've done, if it is real, right? Because we have no way of knowing. But let's say it's real. Okay, let's say heaven is real. You think God's going to be like, nah, dude, sorry, you didn't do all the other stuff. You tried your very best to be a good person your whole life, but honestly, you with bacon pretty hard, You were eating a lot of bacon, and that is not all right. Okay, I'm cooked then. What are you going to do? If he is, I'm crashing out at the heavenly gates. Yeah, me too. I'm going to be like, that is messed up, man. That is messed up. Don't do that. Yeah, you wore blended fabrics. So you're cooked. Not much you can do about that. I think your view on religion has matured a bit. If you think that this wasn't already my starting point when it comes to religion, since I started being a political commentator, I don't know what to tell you. This has always been what I've been saying. I'm very chill about that kind of thing. I was a way edgy r/atheism Andy back in the day when I was in Turkey, but since I've been in America, my opinion has evolved. Do you believe Kai is a bear? Yes. I remember you saying this exact same shit in 2019. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to governance, obviously, I don't abide by religious standards. I don't believe in that. I think it has nothing to do with governance at all. It shouldn't have anything to do with governance. And I say that as a Muslim. And the Quran is supposed to be the most comprehensive religious text, which is precisely because it does have a factor in governance. It does have details of how you are supposed to govern society. That's what Sharia is. It just means law, right? There has been historic Muslim nations, including the Caliphate under the Ottoman Empire, that didn't actually abide by the religious commandments, abide by the religious law, Sharia, right? So it's always subject to interpretation. But yeah, I don't with militant atheism. I think it's annoying, and it's perhaps like One of the most annoying aspects of religious people that like try to proselytize is like how right they are, because they feel like they're just right and they want to do this thing, like they want to save you. And then militant atheists do the exact same thing in the direction of atheism. And then they'll just be like, well, it doesn't matter because I'm right. And it's like, okay, but you're still an asshole. Not only is it unproductive, but you also don't know that you're 100% right. And not that it matters. Like, just focus on the areas of impact where it does matter. If someone is like using religion to push for conservative values, then that's perfectly fine to just be like, that's, you know, that has no basis in this conversation. Religion should have no basis in governance whatsoever. Okay? Live and let live. Maybe that's the Ottoman in me, you know? And also pay jizya, and then you're good. Anyway, it's kind of funny that this is like probably one of the least controversial topics that I broach with regular frequency. And I think that should tell you exactly what kind of topics we cover here normally. That like the religion subject is like probably one of the least controversial things we talk about. Meanwhile, many streamers would not even dare to even broach this part of the conversation. What have you met a Muslim baddie? I've met so many Muslim baddies. What do you mean? I grew up in a Muslim country, chatter. That's like, for the first 18 years of my life, the only baddies I knew were Muslim baddies, bro. What are you talking about? Also, all women are baddies. Your terrible music takes are the most controversial topic on the stream. Yeah, true. It's true. Need me a Muslim baddie? Okay, chill. Yes, Donald Trump went on the roof. The diddler on the roof. We're going to talk about that. Have you heard about this next religion? It's about you. Maybe you're the next Jesus or Meghan Markle. Okay, calm down. Tell that to the DACA Christian nationalist that was on the Jube. Yeah, but the problem there is not that he's a Christian. The problem there is that he's a Christian nationalist. Or the problem there is that he's a Christian nationalist who's a DACA recipient, which is like inherently, it's a concept that doesn't make sense, because all the Christian nationalists are not trying to do actual Christianity. They're trying to do the opposite. Mike Huckabee's family is at the Western Wall in Israel. This is a thing that I've never understood. This is a part of the religious practice, right? I don't know anything about the wall, and a lot of people love like pointing to it to be like, oh, it's like Illuminati. I just don't get it. What's up? This is the one thing about Judaism that I do not know. Like, I mean, and we've learned deep lore. I've learned deep lore on this broadcast about Sukkot, you know, about the citrus, about the stick and the tent. I know about all of the different aspects of, it's just a holy wall. I don't know. Wait, what the? You don't know either? How do you not know? You're Jewish. This makes no sense. It's the wall of a temple, I think. It's the closest site to the temple equals holiest spot Jews can reach. So what is that? Why do Christians go there and like cry and stuff? Like, I know Jews go there too, but like, can any of the Jews in the chat enlighten me on this? Because like, what is that? What is it? Just to be like, I love Israel? Is that what the... Because I feel like that's what the politicians are trying to do. Because like, I don't think Eric Adams gives a shit about the wall. You know what I mean? Like, he's just going there and he's got the hustle and grind beads on his arm as he's touching the wall. That's my favorite photo. He's got his swag on, touching the wall and going, yeah, I learned a lot. It's the last standing piece of the Second Temple from when it was destroyed by the Romans. I'm going to be real. It's not much. It's the outside wall of the Second Temple. This is the Temple Mount, mega holy, great place to pray. The Christians are imagining that that's Trump's border wall. The temple was destroyed by the Romans. This is what is remaining. I just, like, I've never understood that. I don't understand the fascination that, like, some of the Jews are responsible for everything guys have with the wall too. Like, it's just a wall, man. Calm down. Like, it just, politicians are doing the classic, like, we're going to Israel to show how to show how much we love Israel routine. That's it. But I don't understand like what the that's it. It's just, that's the reason why they're doing it. So I don't know why they think like when you touch the wall and like it activates something in your brain. When the area in front of the wall was bulldozed in 1967, hundreds of homes were destroyed. Jewish person here, the wall represents the last remaining wall of the Great Temple. The temple being the last place on earth you can technically do old rituals like sacrifice. Why do Christians go there? Because they're posers. I mean, it's cool. that like a super old ass wall still remains. Like that shit is dope. It's just like old stuff. It's cool in and of itself. Okay, it's dope. That is for sure. Apparently has 4.7 stars on Yelp. Christians view it important to the religion and being as close as possible they will ever be to Jesus. That's the point of faith in Christianity, but Christians still visit for that. But there's biblical rituals you can't do because there's no temple. So the last wall of the temple is the holiest place remaining. Do you have a wall? I mean, bro, I grew up in Istanbul. It's old as there is so much old ass wall in Istanbul. Like, you know, this is really old though. This is old. It's stupid shit. Just the fact that people who used to pray in the temple, that the wall were apart were the original Christians, aka Jews, is just LARPing. Yo, that's it. This is my goat. Thank you. Thank you for showing this. Can't stop thinking about the New York City mayor, Eric Adams' visit to Jerusalem, where he touched the Western Wall while wearing the little beaded bracelet that says hustle. But I will say it's a big spot for political fanfare. Destruction in 70 CE fulfilled prophecies that shaped early Christian understanding. It's an obsession with the end times when the third temple is built. Yeah, bro, he's doing plur, but Judaism style. When the f***ers rebuild the third temple, they're going to bring back animal sacrifices. The place is going to be an abattoir, which will be knee-deep in cattle blood multiple days every year. That's no exaggeration either. David Sheen has covered it. Wait, is this where they killed the red cow? The red calf? This is where the cow is supposed to be killed, right? Like not a single... This is it? Oh, that makes... The red heifer. So a lot of the wildest, like a lot of the wildest parts of Israel Defense Brigade think that there needs to be like a red heifer that doesn't have a single non-red hair follicle. So they just like go around the world looking for this red heifer so they can find the red heifer that doesn't have a single blemish. Okay, no non-red hair follicles on this cow. It has to be a red cow that is perfectly red. So basically, when they find that, they have to slaughter the cow. They have to do a religious sacrifice of the cow here, and then it's over, right? It's OG. Like they brought back the Messiah, that type of stuff. I think it's just very anime. This is the part of like, I guess what is it? Messianic Judaism that basically turns into evangelical Christianity, where they get linked up. It's like when Family Guy does a Simpsons episode. You know what I mean? Like you got one lore on the one side, and then you got different lore on the different side, but then it's like a crossover episode almost. It's like that. It's a big crossover episode. Obviously, like the writers of one franchise have a very different attitude about what unfolds after that versus the writers of the other one kind of low-key hate the writers of the first one because like they came first. Maybe they're a little jealous. I don't know. But the writers of the second franchise basically decided that like when that happens, the writers of the first franchise and all the characters die in eternal damnation. Like they die, they go to hell. Unless they convert, unless they become like regular cast members of the second franchise. Okay, it's a big crossover episode. The writers of the first franchise don't really believe the writers of the second franchise, but it like kind of goes along with their interests. So they just kind of act as though they believe in it. But it's a very interesting crossover episode. What the fuck are you saying? I'm talking about evangelical Zionism and Jewish Zionism and Messianic Judaism and how it corresponds to Israel, like the development of Israel as a nation state that is a Jewish demographic nation state, the Holy Land, if you will, and how that factors into evangelical Zionist understanding of the end times. Their theological justification for why Israel must be given to the Jews is because once Israel is given to the Jews, evangelical Zionists believe that the end times will happen, the rapture will happen, and all the evangelical Christians will be sucked into the heavens during the rapture, and then Jesus will come back to earth and will fight the forces of evil in Megiddo. This is what evangelical Christians, evangelical Zionists believe. Okay, evangelical Protestants are Omega Zionists in this country because of that reason, because they believe that once all the Jews go to Israel, the Holy Land, the chosen sons and daughters of God go to the Holy Land, and then Jesus comes back to earth and then fights the devil's forces in Megiddo. The devil's force obviously is like NATO, if you're one of those guys, and the UN and all the Muslims, right? Obviously. And then they fight in Megiddo, and Jesus is obviously leading like the good forces, which would be, I guess, Israel and Christians. And then 144,000 Jews convert to Christianity on the spot so they can also be sucked into heaven. And then every single other Jew dies in eternal damnation. Like they burn in hell. That's what Christians believe. Obviously, no Jewish person unironically believes that, which is why they're like, yeah, no, it's super cool. We totally want to do that, because they're like, please keep supporting Israel. At the Jewish protest yesterday, they kept speaking about Israeli hostages and dead IDF people so much that Motaz asked to speak again to call out the others for not speaking about the Palestinian hostages. Peter Barnard also got a bigger applause than Motaz. It was infuriating to be there. Where was this, Yehuda? Is JVP doing like a protest in New York or something? Is that what's going on? Wait, I missed personal time. What anime is this? It's not. It sounds like an anime, but it's just, I was just describing the theological justification for Christian Zionism. Evangelical Zionism. Evangelical Protestant Christian Zionism. Central Park, if not now. Oh, it was if not now. That's why. If not now is a little bit. JVP is more aggressive than if not now. I mean, they're fine. I don't have an issue with if not now either. I feel like they've also gotten way more radical in the past year or so. But did you see that? Did you see this about the temple actually worrying that it's becoming more common? Oh yeah, no, they're trying to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque, right? Oh, like actively, they're like destroying what's underneath it so they can like collapse it. Yeah. The Jewish lore on the same topic is that the Messiah comes after the temple is built and sacrifices are done. Yeah. I know that part. When the Messiah comes, all non-Jews will become slaves of the chosen people. Wait, really? I didn't know that part. Anyway, nobody believes any of this shit. Let's be real, okay? The overwhelming majority of Jews are secular Jews that do not believe that, regardless. Stop touching historical sites and artifacts, please. Okay, that's so funny. The one friend who's too woke being like, hey, you guys need to stop touching the temple wall. You're ruining it. It's a cultural artifact. It's a very important historic monument. The slave thing is not true, or the slave thing. I actually don't know what happens when the Messiah comes back. I guess like when the Messiah comes back, well, some people believe the Messiah is here already, right? The Orthodox Jews that point to that one guy who like died a while back. They believe that he was the Messiah and he's not dead, right? Do Muslims have an end time prophecy? I don't think so. Yeah, Chabad Lubavitch in Crown Heights. Chabad Lubavitch, isn't it? You said it like Labubu, bro. What the is Lubavitch, right? Lubavitch. Labubu. Chabad Labubu. Oh my God. I don't know if there's like a end times prophecy in the Quran. Shiite have an end time prophecy, the 12th Imam. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm not Shia, so. But yeah, there is like technically in Judaism, Jews are not supposed to have a state until the Messiah comes. So low key, like the Neterai Karta and all those other like Orthodox sects are technically more in line with Judaic scripture. What would it be called? I don't know. Like technically they're more in line with like with the religious interpretation under Judaism than like their anti-Israel attitude comes from their interpretation of the doctrine. They're technically more aligned with rabbinic teachings. They're technically more aligned with the actual rabbinic teachings than all these other dudes that do like almost very Christian-like shit. I'm actually kind of surprised that the Orthodox Jews that are pro-Israel have not branched out into like, because they're so Christian coded in many ways, weirdly enough. I'm surprised they haven't branched out from doing conversion to, you know, secular Jews to like just straight up trying to do conversion to non-Jews. Because that's like the last aspect of evangelical Christianity that like some of these dudes have not adopted as a technique. You know what I mean? But yeah, watch this space. Who knows? Jews for Jesus. I guess there is that, but those guys are just straight up Christian, no? If you're saying if not now a centrist, I didn't say if not now a centrist. I said that they're you know, they've been a little libbed up in the past. They've gotten a lot better in the last year. I didn't say they're centrist. As a Jew, yes, they're just Christian. Yeah, Jews for Jesus are just Christian, no? Like, do we get credits for this 101 religious class? This isn't even 101, I feel like. Yes, pretty much. There's a sect of Christians that believe a true Jew is a Jew who converts to Christianity. Anyway, I don't know, man. I don't care. Daughter Sarah Huckabee and wife mother Janet Huckabee at the Western Wall to pray at Tisha B'Av as Sarah arrives for trade mission. I guess all religion is performative in general, but this is like the extra performative aspect of it. Christians love doing this. They love this. I don't get it. I don't fully understand like what the reason is. This is how we started on the conversation, but it's just they love this photo op. It's their favorite thing. It's just Pelosi and kente cloth. I mean, this is the same version. This is a different version of that, but unlike Pelosi with the kente cloth, she ain't doing anything for black people, but these guys will do a lot for Israel. This is just basically to show how much they love Israel, and they really do love Israel. So when Pelosi kneels with the kente cloth, that's just it. That's like, this is all you're going to get. Black people, this is all you're getting, okay? Nothing else. But when they do this photo op, even if they don't do the photo op, they're still pro-Israel regardless. Doesn't mean they're pro-Jew, though. I'll tell you that. Yeah, honestly, it's just coincidence that it's also the colonial vestige in charge of protecting interests in the region. I think it's not a coincidence. I think it works perfectly in line with the interests of Christians. So you can just like galvanize as many Christians as possible through a network of holy sites, through a network of churches in America where, you know, there's still a lot of community, there's still a lot of fundraising, there's still a lot of political momentum and mobilization. It just works so perfectly. In a way, it's not really all that different than the Holy Crusades, you know? More on Jews for Jesus explained by Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, very 70s. Oh, I was just looking at the schedule and I realized this is totally my fault. I'm so sorry, but I can't make anything after 4 on Thursdays. I have a church thing.
Church?
Yeah.
Your last name's Steinberg.
Oh, I'm a Jew for Jesus. I love this one.
Nice. She's going to grab a picture.
Okay, great. So again, I can totally work around it if not, but I hope that doesn't like throw a huge wrench in everything.
We'll fix it in the schedule.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much.
Sure, good.
Bless you.
Jew for Jesus, really? And you think he's sincere about it?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I was so shocked and stunned that face, that punim.
And by the way, you look at this kid, his parents are a big bowl of Jewish.
He's screaming Jew. What do you think about this whole Jews for Jesus thing?
That's crazy stuff. I don't know why anyone would do that.
You know, when you're a Jew for Jesus, you're embraced by the Gentiles immediately.
Right.
But as much as you're embraced by the Gentiles, you're reviled by the Jews. He's considered like a traitor.
That's right.
He's left us.
The Gentiles are liking him. They'll put that one in the front. They're proud of that.
We took him in.
Yeah.
You know, we got one.
We got one.
We got one.
We got one.
Why they want one, I don't know, but they got
one.
Hey, look who's
Larry
here.
finds out his lawyer isn't really Jewish.
Berg, how you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. So, Berg, I was talking to Cheryl, and she told me that a friend of hers went to high school with you.
Really?
Yes. I believe the name of the high school was Christopher's.
St. Christopher's, that's correct. That is my alma mater, yes.
Didn't know that they took Jews at St. Christopher's.
Oh, well, they don't. I mean, why would they, you know? Oh, I'm not Jewish.
Oh, you're not.
Did you think I was Jewish?
A betrayal.
Yes, I did.
Because of Berg.
Yes, because of
Berg,
Yes.
yeah. I've often wondered, you know, would people
really
think that?
Yes, and you did nothing to perpetuate that, did you?
Well, no, I mean, well, I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, how about on my birthday? Mazel tov, Larry.
Well, you're Jewish.
Yeah.
That's only respectful.
On the high holy days, I said, hey, you going to Templeberg? And you went, no.
Right, because I'm not Jewish, so
Yeah.
why would I go to temple?
Right, like, I'm a Jew, but not a practicing Jew.
Oi, Larry, with this.
Oi, again, see?
It's an expression.
It's an expression.
It's an expression that
What is
people
this
use.
thing? A shofar. Why is this on your desk?
People give me gifts. They'll give me like that for my desk or the mezuzah that's on the door.
What are you, by the way?
I'm Swedish.
I got a Swede lawyer? She's gonna get everything.
You got a good lawyer. You got the best lawyer, Larry.
Sorry, Berg.
It's a Shonda, Larry.
I got Swedish.
God, I love Larry Davis so much. I really do. A Swedish lawyer, she's gonna get everything. Oh man, the GOAT. He's so good. He also hates Barry Weiss, so he's so fucking good. Have you guys ever seen that? I was just talking about this. I forget with who, but I think this was it, right? This is it. Curb Your Enthusiasm, the Hulu Gang.
Thank you, guys. I don't know what happened over at Netflix, but big and
Was this it when he's like on his way out of the door or something, and he's like, "Oh, I'm doing a here. This is it."
it's my
Yeah, only you do that, yeah.
Hey, Larry, come for Shabbos dinner one of these weekends. We had Barry Weiss last Friday night. She's fantastic.
Did that guy ever do stand-up?
He just slams the fucking door. My Jen needs to fuck with Larry more. Yeah, he also fucking hates Bill Maher. He wrote the my dinner with Adolf Hitler piece on the New York Times after. I mean, Larry is a huge lib, like straight up. He's a major lib. But you know, he's important in my development for sure. He is iconic. He is one of the GOATs. Big Joel released a video on Bill Maher. Might be worth a watch. Ooh, I love that.